The next step in the tissue loading progression are ballistic movements. So with ballistic movements, we're really working on owning our position and absorbing once we hit the ground. We worked on our neuromuscular control and our strengthening. Now, once we come in contact with the ground, are we able to control, absorb the forces so we're not landing so abruptly and sending tons of force through the joints while maintaining good alignment? So the first one up is a vertical jump and stick. With this, the same mechanics and positioning on the squat come into play, but now we're jumping off the ground and landing as we absorb on the landing. So here, feet about hip width apart. Again, good alignment, knees aligned with the toes, not trying to let those knees collapse in, especially as we come into contact with the ground. Butt is going to push back. I'd like to bring my arms back and use the arms to create a little bit of momentum on the way up. But depending on how far along you are in the progression, starting low and really owning the landing is important. So we don't have to work on this huge jump to start with. Starting with a small jump and controlling down is important. So from here, something as easy as small jump and stick. Again, making sure we come down, those knees don't collapse in. Pretty common thing you'll see in a lot of athletics today, that valgus collapse, especially during these ballistic movements. So making sure we're owning the position as we sink down, nice, soft, and controlled. And you'll be able to really hear how much force you're coming into the ground with. So soft and quiet means you're using the musculature around the joints to really absorb and control you. So that is our first one. Second one, we're going into single leg vertical jump to double leg landing. Now starting off a single limb, but landing on two like we did previously. On one leg here, alignment first, knee, ankle, knee, and hip. Again, vertical alignment. 1 foot, opposite arm. We're gonna jump up, and then we need to get that other foot to come over so we can land on two legs in that soft, controlled fashion. And the higher we jump off that single leg, the harder the landing will be and the more forces that we have to react to. So start low, small, controlled jump, land on two. And once you get a little better at that, we can explode and then come down with a little more force as we absorb, control, and sink down to own the position. Our third step in the progression now is truly single leg on the jump and land. If you see beneath me here, I have this 4 quadrant. I'm going to jump on one leg through each box in this quadrant, but focus is really owning the landing. So on a single leg here in this box, good alignment to start. Again, I want to maintain this throughout this as I jump and land, trying to prevent any kind of collapse of the knee as I go. So really owning the musculature around the hip to be in control of the limb. From here, jump, land, control. So you'll notice sometimes as you come off, you might get into that position and lose your control. Try to, again, take a step back, reset. Don't necessarily focus on height, focus on the landing, staying aligned with the limb, and really own each landing. So you can go around any way or go one direction and then go the other to really challenge your body in multiple planes of motion. But again, the key on all these ballistic movements are owning the position as you land and not falling into a collapsed knee position.